say a couple things about my good friend Eric. We are not just both Jewish finance nerds from Denver. We actually have a lot more in common than that. A year ago I stood before you. I don't know who's here a year ago. A year ago I stood before you and I kind of got choked up because I knew that my good friend Eric was about to do two things in life that were the greatest things that I'd ever done. One was to have a baby and the other was to get my pilot's license. And Eric has achieved both those things. And although he's too modest to talk about his beautiful daughter Sophie,
it's really pretty.
I'm not too modest to talk about my wonderful son Ari, who's actually here with me tonight with my beautiful wife. And so, to wrap things up, Eric is going to tell us everything we want to know about, what, being a DJ?
Yeah, so
go for it.
Did I mention I'm a DJ? So, when I say I'm a DJ, I don't mean like a wedding DJ or a bar mitzvah DJ. This ain't your bubby's bar mitzvah party. We're in a nightclub. I'm here to talk about electronic dance music DJs.
Yeah.
Nightclub. Electronic dance music is not all techno. That is a blanket term used incorrectly. There's lots of different genres of dance music. And within each genre, they're fast speed songs, boom, 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 boom. And people think DJs just sit there and push buttons and throw cakes in the crowd, if you know Steve Aoki. But DJs actually do a lot more. They're not just sitting back there pushing buttons. This is Tiesto, my favorite DJ. I want to be Tiesto when I grow up. He's sitting there with a 6-deck set, mixing for 100,000 people, and he makes his own music in a studio like that. So I think I'm a famous DJ in my own mind, but I don't know if you'd really call me famous per se. But I do have a mixer that looks just like this. It's called a Tractor Control S4, and that's what I use to be a DJ. Now there's three kinds of general DJ equipment. So the first kind I like to think of as HTML style DJing. This is an analog turntable. That's the old school.
Yeah, baby.
Next, they went to CDJs. CDJs use a CD, you put it in, you can mix and scratch and do whatever you want. I think of that kind of like Blogger. It was the next evolution from hard coding. And finally, the fully digital DJing world, that's called a Tractor Control S8. I think of that like WordPress. It's the future. It's super powerful. So once you learn how all this equipment works, which the first time I bought my mixer, it took me about 45 minutes to figure out how to push play on a song. It's pretty complicated stuff. But there is no giant bass button like in that Saturday Night Live video. The DJ set, there's a lot of components. So the DJ has to be up on a stage, just like this one next to me, reading a crowd. You have to control the flow, you have to control the room, you have to pick the order of the songs, you transition the songs, you create the ambiance. You can't just always throw banger after banger because people get tired, right? You have to ebb and flow. You have to pick the right melody, work with the crowd, build up anticipation. And it's quite technical. Because back here where I'm standing, there's sliders, you have to do transitions. You have to take two songs, totally unrelated songs, and combine them together into one song without stopping the music. Which is, it's a little harder than it sounds. And I just typed my password wrong on my laptop while I'm speaking. So, see, there's one big controversy in DJing. There's a button right here that says sync. Now, some people say syncing is cheating because you're not really beat matching. Some people say that it gives you a lot more time to do things like pick songs and effects and mix the tracks. But to really understand EDM, I think you have to hear it. So dubstep, anyone heard of Skrillex?
Yeah.
Skrillex is a big dubstep DJ. It's gotten to be a popular genre recently. It sounds kind of like this. So, next kind of music, trance music. That's an older kind of music. Instead of those hard wah 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 kind of sounds like dubstep, it's a lot lighter. So there really is a kind of music called techno. If you saw the movie Blade, it sounds really familiar. I mean, we're in a nightclub, right? But then there's my favorite kind of music. House music. House music, like I said, I want to be Tiesto when I grow up. So I thought, let's rent a nightclub and put me on a stage so I can feel like Tiesto when I grow up. But if you really want to understand EDM, you have to experience it for yourself. Let's get right now our 9 speakers up on this stage, our sponsors from Sensei up on this stage in front. And everybody in the room, stand up. It's time to get up and dance. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Eric Rosenberg. I'm Eric Profits on Twitter. You can also find me at djyofi.com or find DJ Yofi's YofiCast in the iTunes store. I haven't updated it in like a year, but there's like 17 mixes you can download and check out. Thank you so much to Sensei for bringing us to this awesome venue. Thank you so much, Philip Taylor, for making FinCon happen.